And yeah, it's just always the fire I need to keep going, and I personally would probably not have the mental resilience to make these comebacks if I wasn't doing it for them.
Today I am in the presence of JonahP after a, well, I felt,
what you call that.
yeah, I don't know. I'm starting to believe that you guys work for like the big pharma or something, because I need to see a doctor after this. I have like heart attacks or something. I don't know. How does it feel? How does it feel to come back like this, especially on Icebox?
Honestly, it feels amazing, and I don't want to sound cocky, but like we felt this before in Shanghai against Heretics, in Americas too. All these comebacks. I personally wish it didn't have to come to this. I would like to be on the 11-4 side of things and close it out. Yeah. But that's what we're capable of, and that's what we did.
Yeah. And I mean, changing the narrative is something that we heard that you were talking about as well with your teammates in the pre-game as well. And the narrative today was that Gen.G, last time you faced them in Shanghai, they beat you, right? Yeah. So it was a bit of a revenge as well today. Yeah. Do you feel like you guys are on a good path to make that dream, I guess, happen and be able to change the narrative and right the wrongs of Bangkok as well?
Yeah, I think we have everything it takes. We play super well in the lower bracket. We have home crowd advantage. The energy here is unreal. It's just the things we were able to do in Bangkok and Shanghai, falling short. We have so much experience from those events, and honestly, we have everything we need to win. So it's going to be a complete failure if we lose, a disappointment. So we're not even thinking about that. We're already thinking about the finals.
And I mean, what would it mean for you as well, like on home soil, being able to take the Toronto trophy back home as well, right?
I mean, it would mean everything to me, but I think this match especially was very important because everybody in my family except my dad had to go back to Montreal to check on their pets, their cats, and so if we lost today, then they wouldn't be back here, and if we won today, then I get to see them again for the next match against Fnatic or Sen. So honestly, winning today and that comeback is very special to me, and I don't really have much words except I'm just so happy for my teammates. Everyone had each other's back today. We always believed 4-11. Josh is saying we're gonna win. There's no no one's tilting, no one's sad. I mean, maybe a little depressed, being down 4-11. Who wouldn't be? And it's just Icebox. Fnatic did against Loud 3-11. Now we did it against Gen.G 4-11. It was in our favor today.
Yeah. And I mean, still, I feel like, especially after the second map, we were stressed a bit. Everyone was a bit stressed because it felt like the second map was in your hands. And yes, mistakes happen, but then luckily Gen.G also threw really hard on Icebox in the end, so it feels good. But what happened? Do you feel like I was hearing the casters talking about how it felt like on Haven, you guys had some moment where you were too conservative in a way, you were doing equal rounds after winning sometimes, and it felt like there was some stress going on as well. Do you think this is something that happened today?
Yeah, definitely that, what you said. Basically min-maxing, playing a little too scared. And on top of playing scared, we were playing very fast. We were playing fast and then playing scared. If you're going to play fast, you got to be aggressive, you got to be cocky, can't be afraid. You can't play scared the whole time, And then, yeah, I think we started to feel it slip. And Haven's a map where if it starts slipping, it could feel like you're running to a brick wall, especially against their comp. But we have a very similar comp, so it definitely sucks losing a map that's in your control. But we know playing against Gen.G, they're a very emotional team. So as long as we get back control of the game again, we know their emotions will get to them and the pressure will. And we're the complete opposite. That's what we're known for. We're known to balance our emotions and keep calm. And as soon as we won 3 rounds in a row on Icebox, got to 11-7, we knew it was over.
Yeah. And I mean, before you won those 3 rounds in a row, for example, because you had to do such a massive comeback and win so many rounds in a row to make it happen, what was going on in the comms? What were you guys telling yourself? I don't remember if you had a timeout around that moment as well. What was going on around that moment?
I think Gen.G, they timed out 11-7, 11-8, and basically we just I don't know, Josh. We talk about what's happening in the game, what we see, and what we can do, but it was mainly just keep putting the pressure on them. We know they will crumble eventually, as long as we just keep putting the pressure. But like I said, Haven, we did that, but then we started playing scared and more conservative, like you said. So as long as we just full pressure until where it's like post plant, then that's where we play conservative, get our micro comms up, play together, and make sure like we're not doing too many hero plays. So if we're able to we were able to maintain that, and if we didn't, then we would have lost.
Yeah. Is this something that was also like conscious decision because of how Gen.G has thrown a lot of maps lately since they arrived in Toronto? Like they're the team that have been throwing the most maps that seem to be won, right?
No, not really a decision based on them. It's just a decision based on us because we have a lot of different play styles, but we just have sometimes can't make up our mind. We need to be decisive when we lose or lose games or series or being down 11-4. It's because we're not being decisive and we're hesitating, and that was just our main focus through the rest, closing out that game. And once that's once we get that rolling, round one of map one of a best of 5, we should be fine.
Yeah. And so for G2 this year, you won back-to-back Americas. You got second place at Bangkok. And now you're here, positioning yourself pretty well. I mean, you are minimum 4th place, but I know this is far from what you are looking forward in Toronto. Do you think that this G2 roster is the roster that's going to be able to write history as well, I guess, for both the Americas and obviously yourself, right? Because it feels like you've been working so hard for this and you're on the brink of making it happen, right?
Yeah. This is the roster. This is the roster to win it all. Nobody remembers 3rd place. Nobody remembers 2nd place. We want to be remembered as the Ascension Tier 2 team who came into this league and took it by storm and made the first team to make champs, the first Ascension team to make to win a Masters. We were so close, and that's what I want us to be remembered for. And this is the team. This is the team to do it.
Yeah. And I mean, speaking of champs as well, that's a big topic, right? A lot of people were talking about it. You are the very first team to make it there. How does it feel even to know that you already have your ticket booked for Paris as well?
Yeah, I mean, it feels good. We knew, so going into the match against XLG, we knew that if we won, we'd make it. And then after the game, everybody forgot. We were just celebrating the win. Nobody cared about that. No one's thinking that far ahead yet. We're just thinking about this event. But when you actually sit down and think about it being the first team, it's kind of cool. It means we're running this shit, and it just feels great. So I'm excited.
Yeah, no, makes sense. But yeah, I mean, as you mentioned as well, very important win today because obviously it was the only day that your family was in here as well.
Yeah.
Would you say that your family and all the people close to you, they are the main motivation that keeps you pushing forward this much? And do you feel like you're fighting for them in a way as well?
Oh yeah, every day. My girlfriend and dad are here. I'm missing my 2 brothers and my brother's girlfriend, who I've known for 9 years. So she's 100% family, and it's just, they always watch my games. My girlfriend's very supportive. She's very knowledgeable about the game. She knows what she's talking about. She always gives me a little pep talk before each game. Yeah. I'm just on my phone sitting, and I'm just text. They play like this. Don't be scared. Don't take your knife out. All these little reminders, which I love her for. And yeah, it's just always the fire I need to keep going. And I personally would probably not have the mental resilience to make these comebacks if I wasn't doing it for them.
Yeah. And it took a lot of courage and mental resilience to also, something I forgot to ask you, pick the Tejo as well today, because Gen.G was the only team so far that had picked the agent at this tournament because it got nerfed so hard, right? And what was going on through your mind in general, in the strategy to pull out the Tejo on Lotus as well, especially against a team like Gen.G that's so good on it as well, right?
Yeah, so we played Lotus. We showed a new Lotus comp, Neon, Sova, Breach, Viper, Omen. We lost to Paper X on that. And, last night, I think Valen just he was chilling, and then he had an idea, and he brought the idea to the table, and then instantly we're all on board because something just didn't feel right in our game against Paper X. So he's I have an idea. If we want to win this event, we got to take some risk. And so We got into our prac room at it was probably like 8 p.m. We made this decision, and we hopped into a server, Valor Plant, probably till like midnight. So we spent like 4 hours just like talking about this comp. It's very like similar. We played that comp before, but it's just not meta. It's not meta right now. But you know, we had some theory and some ideas how to make them work, and that's what we did.
Yeah. All right, we have to finish there. But is there anything you want to say to G2 fans?
G2 fans, it's a great time to be our fan. We see every single person on Twitter. We love you very much, and you know, don't forget to like our song on Spotify and buy our bundle.
Perfect. Well, Jonah, thank you so much for talking with us today. Once again, congratulations, huge win. Can't wait to see what you're going to be doing in a few days from now. For now, I wish you some good rest and good practice until then, and see you soon.
Thank you.